I will try to read. I think it will, in order to get straightly to the point. The theoretical and conceptual background. Working with fragmentation of a gesture using a series of stills instead of working with continuous footage is an action of deconstruction that makes motion more dynamic despite its discontinuity, more expressive and alive. Fragmentation leads to a work of imagination through the source is reality. It leads to renew the relationship between reality and fiction, except that the relationship takes place at different levels. There is what we might call the raw material, the images themselves, which come from a concrete reality that is returned through the natural succession of actions, especially through the natural evolution of time. Continuity and time unity are the guarantee that a film sequence transmits to the viewer something that happens in the past exactly as it was. The use of the auxiliary verb to be in the previous sentence refers to reality. It considers the image as a fragment of life without any further manipulation, nor in actions nor in time. In opposition, there is the notion of becoming, which is materialized by the work of editing, an action of real time that Henri Bergson calls abstract time because the film creates a false motion, a cinetic illusion. In this, cinema is merely a projection, the reproduction of a constant and universal illusion. The becoming provides non-linear continuity, reinterpreting reality, going back and forth in time, using breaks and cuts that lead precisely to fiction, even in the images. The raw material, therefore, are real. And then I will try to synthesize this idea, talking about the vacuum, the interruption that are in when we propose a sequence of images, and mainly. I discovered that in this second way of presenting images, the brain is more involved, the viewer is more involved because he is trying to reconstruct the missing image. And I will conclude saying that fragmentation opens new fields, new possibilities of material and narrative construction for the imaginary. The film can be fractured, slowed, stopped, and cut into many images. Its progress can be stopped and submitted to operation that breaks up its homogeneity, without mentioning that the photograph as a physical support has always been contained in cinema. Some neurobiology theories about mirror neuron make a parallel between the work of the human brain and the work of intellection of cinema. The exchange tied between two parts of the brain happens more or less uncontinuously. The one acting and the other one is stimulating this act by thinking. Recalls the parallel exchange that seems not to be not between the active part of the acting character and the observer-receiver that is apparently passive. The viewer is physically passive. However, this physical passivity is opposed to an important brain activity. So I will try to find the answer of this of the involvement of the viewer. Making parallel between the brain work during the vision of these kind of images and the neurology theories about neuron mirror. And here I will let you read some of the key references I will use to in my research. Here it is. Thanks a lot. If you have any questions.
Thank you very much, Sila.